Hi, I'm Kamali. Here's what people are talking about and people sharing all around the net. On Newsfeed today. Telegram versus WhatsApp. The founder of Telegram says you should delete WhatsApp. Why would a restaurant want to use facial recognition technology on its customers? We go to India, where one of the biggest chains is doing just that. In the DRC, a deadly measles outbreak is spreading with children most at risk. And we see old people in China working out harder than you ever have. And a journey of 9 lifetimes. This cat's the star of today's Animals Doing Stuff. Top of our newsfeed, WhatsApp and Telegram. The messaging apps are competing for users, and now the boss of Telegram says people should just delete WhatsApp because he claims it's not safe to use and it's basically allowing Facebook to access all your photos and messages. Here's Adama.
WhatsApp is widely used across the world. It promises its users end-to-end encryption. But the founder of rival service Telegram says it's being used as a surveillance tool. According to many security researchers, Telegram is regarded as a more secure alternative to WhatsApp. In a post on his Telegram channel, Pavel Durov said, WhatsApp is being used as a Trojan horse to view other photos and messages on your device. The accusation comes after Facebook-owned WhatsApp urged its users to update the app after it detected a spyware attack in May. The update patched security flaws through which hackers could infect phones with just a call. Then last month, WhatsApp found itself in the middle of an international spying row. The company sued Israeli surveillance contractor NSO Group and accused it of targeting at least 1,400 users. That reportedly includes government officials, journalists, and political dissidents. But it may not be so surprising. Its owner, Facebook, has been described as a surveillance machine. In 2018, the Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed how the site was used to target voters and spread misinformation during the last US presidential election. Around that time, WhatsApp's founder, Brian Acton, quit his job and called on people to #delete Facebook. He said in an interview, "I sold my users' privacy to a larger benefit. I made a choice and a compromise, and I live with that every day." But Telegram has faced criticism and attempted bans as it's often used by everyone from protesters to far-right and terror groups. Even Daesh has used it to groom potential recruits and raise funds. And these latest security breaches are making people wary of protecting what little privacy we have left.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. Well, this is what Elon Musk has come up with as the design for the Tesla pickup. They're calling it the Cybertruck, and its launch has received loads and loads of attention. Can't guess why. People on social media have been posting memes about its design like this, making it seem like it was a warthog out of the video game Halo, or this, suggesting it was designed in Microsoft Paint, or this one, comparing the Cybertruck to the eponymously named car designed by Homer Simpson. It's been confirmed that the book, apparently written by Donald Trump Jr., was helped to the top of the New York Times bestseller list by the Republican National Committee, buying at least $94,000 worth. It's called Triggered and has sold more than 115,000 copies. Climate emergency has been named as the Oxford Dictionary's word of 2019. And yes, I know what you're thinking, isn't climate emergency 2 words? Well, yes, but according to linguists, such multi-part constructions are now commonly accepted as words, so now you know. The use of climate emergency has seen a huge increase in the past 12 months as the world becomes more cognizant of the dire state of our planet's ecology. And this is the world's biggest statue of the baby Jesus. It's in Mexico, it's 6.5 meters tall and weighs 910 kilograms. The priest of the church where it's housed says he commissioned a big Jesus but didn't specify how big and never expected it to be this big. But that's not all the internet can talk about. They are concerned that it looks a lot an uncanny resemblance of 1980s Phil Collins. On to India now, where one of the country's chain restaurants has started using facial recognition technology to bill customers without permission. Here's Rebecca.
A cafe chain in India called Chayo's has sparked anger because it's using facial recognition software with its customers. The issue has emerged as Nikhil Pawar, who describes himself as a digital rights activist, posted a video he took in one of the tea cafes in Delhi. It reveals how the cafe, which has 50 outlets in India, is taking photos and using facial recognition to bill customers. Chayo's has said it leverages technology to deliver great customer experience. We are very conscious about customers' data security and committed to protecting their privacy, it says. It also says that people don't have to use the facial recognition option and that it's not sharing customers' data with any third party, but people are still worried about how their data might be used. This Twitter user says, "Your sale counters are collecting facial image data of customers. What for? What are your consent and disclosures policies for its use?" Another person says that he won't be going into a Chayo's again until they fix this. One of the worries is that India doesn't actually have any laws governing the collection of biometric data, and that what this cafe is doing could be the beginning of a slippery slope.
Next, it's not like the Democratic Republic of Congo doesn't have enough problems. It's battling the second largest Ebola outbreak in history, with more than 2,000 people dead. Rival militias are fighting for control of parts of the northeast, and now a huge measles outbreak is putting hundreds of thousands of people at risk. Here's Chris.
The measles epidemic in the DRC is the deadliest the country has faced since 2011. Close to 250,000 people have been infected with the disease this year, and nearly 5,000 of them have died. Many of the deaths occurred among children. The highly contagious viral disease has no treatment. The only way to fight it is through vaccination. But the DRC has low immunization coverage, which has been compounded by the country's weak healthcare system. International health agencies are now supporting the DRC government to launch vaccination campaigns across the country. One of the campaigns will be rolled out across the country from next Monday. Measles initially causes a runny nose, sneezing and fever, but it can be fatal if left untreated. It has killed more than twice as many people as Ebola over the past year.
And we keep on moving around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Friday. Well, this is the lineup for a panel discussion called Understanding Feminism in Pakistan. Can you spot the glaring error? There's not one woman on the panel. The event is organised by the Arts Council of Pakistan and has been widely criticised on social media. Bike taxi drivers in Indonesia have taken action against a hospital that was holding the body of a dead baby because the child's family has not paid their bills. Dozens of them went into the hospital morgue and took the body of the child. The 6-month-old has now been buried and the hospital has apologised for causing further trauma to the family. Bougainville, which is currently part of Papua New Guinea, is to hold an independence referendum. The just over 200,000 citizens of the islands, which are about 700 kilometres east of Papua New Guinea, have been trying to gain their independence through a vote for more than 20 years. Polls open this weekend and the results are due out in December. If it passes, which it is expected to, Bougainville will become the world's newest nation. And the South Pacific nation of Tuvalu has reaffirmed its support for Taiwan in a challenge to China's dominance in the region. China refuses to have diplomatic relations with any nation that recognises the sovereignty of Taiwan. Beijing sees Taiwan as a breakaway province. Tuvalu says it plans to form an alliance with the remaining South Pacific nations, which still talk to Taiwan. They are the Marshall Islands, Palau and Nauru. Well, this is Port Macquarie Koala Hospital. It's been way busier than usual recently due to the catastrophic bushfires which have killed hundreds of koalas. The facility has raised over $730,000 to help fund its work. Footage of this little koala being rescued earlier this week went very, very viral. He's been named Ellenborough Lewis and is recovering in hospital. Now we can go to Austria, where a building that is a place of pilgrimage for Nazis is being given a new purpose.
Hardly any people still come here. I've lived in Braunau for 53 years, and before, on Hitler's birthday on April 20, lots of people used to come and light candles and place flowers. All of that stopped. Now people come to take pictures. To China, where Sam's been out to the local park where some over 60s have been putting everyone else to shame with their daily exercise regimes.
It's not your average morning exercise regime, but for these elderly citizens in China, these impressive maneuvers are a daily ritual.
I started doing this 2 years ago. It helps to relieve my lower back pain and is also good for building core strength.
Every morning, these exercise enthusiasts can be found showing off their skills in Beijing's public parks. From extreme flips to headstands, even chest banging. Their hardcore moves often attract crowds of curious passers-by. They're also live streamed on TikTok, a popular Chinese video app.
I know what it feels like to be sick and lying in hospital, so I want to use the internet to urge more people to join us.
In the past 18 months, Liang Zeng's gained more than 30,000 followers. He and his friends have also gone viral on China's Twitter like Weibo and WeChat, where they're dubbed the Temple of Heaven Park Grandpas. One person recently posted, "Don't let the government see them, or it may think about delaying the retirement age," while others have expressed concern, asking, what if they fall and break their legs?
I came here because I want to keep fit and be stronger so that I won't put too much pressure on my family.
In China, children usually care for their aging parents. As the one-child policy was only scrapped in 2016, some couples end up caring for up to 4 parents, including in-laws. Many young professionals are moving away from their hometowns for work, leaving their mums and dads behind. It's why China aims to increase the number of elderly caregivers by 2 million by 2022. The government may be trying to help its aging population, but with daily workouts like these, some people hope to look after themselves for longer. I suppose I'd better get started.
Well, it's an attempt at a pull-up at least. And last up this Friday, we have the story of a cat who went on a 1,900-kilometre road trip 5 years ago and has now been reunited with its owner. Now this is Sacha. He used to live in Portland, Oregon, and then one day, clearly fed up with the Pacific Northwest, decided to head down Mexico way. Well, that was 5 years ago. He was found at an animal shelter in Santa Fe. They scanned his microchip and found he had an owner called Victor Usov. So Victor flew down to Santa Fe and got his pet back. Now no comment yet from Sacha if he actually wanted to be found and returns to Portland. And that will do from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. You'll find me at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow me on Twitter. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again soon.